Hello everybody, my name's Sam Goodlass. I work for Altitude Ski School as a ski instructor, also as a coach for the Futures programme. Obviously lockdown 2 is happening now, but more importantly the ski season's less than a month away. So I'm going to help you with a few things you can do whilst at home and the gyms are closed to get yourself ski ready and ski fit. These exercises aren't as rehabilitation. If you do have any pre-existing injuries, then get a professional's and personal advice. So a lot of these exercises I'm going to replicate being on a ski hill, skiing some short or long turns. So I'm looking to do around 20 repetitions. The first one we're going to do is mountain climbers. So I'm keeping nice and strong core, hands in a press up position, and I'm going to bring my legs all the way up towards my hands and vice versa. So from there do 20 and I'll do that 3 times. This exercise we're going to look at an active lunge. Really important when we're doing that your knee doesn't go too far in front of your toes. You're also trying to stabilise the muscles around the knee, so just do it nice and gentle, nice and steady. You're going to try and use as much space as you've got. Obviously we're in quite a small apartment here, but I'm still going to try and reach that 20 reps, so it might be just going up and down in your room. A lot of people often put their hands across their chest when they're doing this exercise. We're trying to replicate skiing as much as we can, so I'm going to put my hands where we would normally carry our poles, around this kind of area here. Next exercise, a lot of people when they're training for skiing, they just end up doing lots and lots of squats, which is a great exercise. It's something that I would definitely promote doing. This one just brings in a bit more intensity, maybe gets the heart rate up a little bit more. So rather than just doing the squat down, what we're going to do is we're making it a little bit more active. So as you squat down, you're going to put your hand down into the middle, and then you're going to jump to come close and then back out. Exercise number 4, as I mentioned previously, we're going to use this ball. If you don't have a big medicine ball like this, don't worry, I'm sure you can find plenty more balance exercises. But for this one, we're just going to try and kneel on the ball. Obviously skiing is really balance orientated, so we're going to try and just practice that whilst we're at home. So coming forwards onto the ball, finding that balance point, focusing on a point if you need to, just using your hands. So when you get set, taking your hands off and just seeing how long we can balance there. So our next exercise, we're going to try and use our joints to absorb, and bump skiers, other skiers as well, freestyle skiers will tell you how important that is. So all you're going to do is again get into a press up position, but with the ball on your feet, like so. Keep really strong in the core, don't let your belly button drop down to the ground, so we've got a bend in the back. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to roll the ball with your feet up towards you, bringing your knees to your chest. Once you get used to that, you can try and bring it up to each elbow. So from there, with a bit of a twist, bring it towards your left and back out, and then towards your right and back out. Okay, so by now you should be feeling your heart rate elevated slightly if you're doing a few sets of them. If not, just try and put a bit more intensity into the session. Next exercise we're going to do is basic leg raise. But what we're going to try and do is at the top, we're going to try and extend our legs up to the ceiling, just to try and mimic some of them skiing movements that we do when we eventually get on the snow as well. So lie down, flat on your back, bring your legs up to the ceiling, and then push when you get to the top. With this exercise, don't worry if there's a slight bend in your knee as you go up. The most important part is that you're getting your feet up there, keeping your back protected, but also when we get to the top, just pushing your feet up to the ceiling. So another really common exercise people do is a plank. Again, a great exercise, but try and make it a little bit more fun. Maybe try and stabilise that core a little bit more. Feeling that we've got our elbows at the right width, our back is staying straight, we're looking forwards, and we just try and get that breathing right while we're in that position as well. From there, then try and challenge yourself a little bit. So you've you're going to try and bring one hand up into the sky, facing forwards, like that. Try and keep your body as straight as possible when you do that. And back down to the ground. Once you've done one side, don't neglect it, make sure you do the other side as well. And back down. From there, lift up one leg, don't go too high or too low. Back down to the ground. And then try the other leg. Okay, so the last exercise we're going to look at today on the ski lockdown specific workout is just around the ankles and the muscles around the ankles. Obviously normally we're locked in a ski boot, so as you can probably tell by myself, they sometimes don't get as much attention as they need, but really important just to stabilise that joint as well and use the muscles around there as we're trying to flex forwards in our boots. So we're just going to do some heel raises, just feet hip width apart to start with, just bringing them up onto your toes, nice and gentle, stabilising, keeping a slight bend around the knee. So if you'd like to progress that, you can just add in a little bit of a jump, but still make sure that the main movement is coming from the heel raise and you're not starting to use your quads more so. I hope you've enjoyed today's lockdown ski specific workout. Thank you for joining me. The main thing is that your body is ready, so when you do eventually get out onto the hill, you can make the most out of all the turns that you get. Also, just stay safe in the meantime. We look forward to seeing you out here in the mountains soon. Thank you.